Thank you very much, Cordula. Can you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you well.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Wherever you are in our planet, in our world, thank you for your presentation, Cordula. It's a very busy day for us. Sorry for not to be in a more professional environment, but here in Malaga we have the Cinema Festival, which will be held, International Cinema Festival, to be held world famous until Sunday. And we are preparing Easter holidays. We are the largest Easter celebrations in Spain with amazing Easter parades. And we are all the cities now booming and boiling. So we are with all my team. I want to greet my colleague Pilar and Ricardo that are joining us today here. We are working along the city to prepare our wonderful city for this. Thank you very much. I have a couple of things to share with you through a presentation. I want to begin to explain, because Malaga is doing a great effort to become leaders in the technology applied into tourism, which is also very useful for us for tracking and measuring the economic impact for our city. We decided a long time ago to move forward on different ways to get analysis and get data that could take us further than the usual resources we are using in many destinations. So if you could share, colleagues, my presentation, I'm going to begin it very quickly. I think my colleague is gonna share the screen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Just full screen possible. Thank you, Pilar. One more, please. We begin here to take seriously sustainability measurement a long time ago. I want to share with you that from around year 2003, 2002, the city took a strategy based on sustainability, a very clear one, a very ambitious one. And the city is tracking absolutely everything related with waste management, water generation, rubbish and trash management. So our area, in fact, was the first city council in Spain to have an environment department, currently working for 20 years in a row, specifically working on that. Just to mention for all of you that you have never visited us, you are more than invited to join us whenever you want to go. We are the southernmost city in Spain. We're facing Africa, and we are the bridge between Europe and Africa. We have 3,500 years of history. We have been Phoenicians, we have been Arabians, we have been Romans, we have been Catholics, we have been lots of different Mediterranean civilizations. Our heritage is huge. We are the first airport in Andalusia. We are the fourth in the Iberian Peninsula. We are the third in summertime. We have the second largest cruise port in Peninsula, and sixth in the Mediterranean Sea. And we, as you know, we are after China on the most connected high-speed railway network in the world. So we are 2 hours away from Madrid and 4.5 away from Barcelona. And of course, by plane is very close. We are very connected, and we have around 20 million passengers arriving to Malaga every year, spending a lot of money in our city. And we wanted to know how to measure and what to measure from them to get insightful data for us to manage the tourism in our city. Let's go for next, please. For us, due to the results of these 20 years of sustainable tourism management and measuring, we have been declared in 2020 European Capital of Smart Tourism because of the technologies we are using in the city to track and to monitor everything happening in here. And we focus in the 4 pillars: sustainability, accessibility, digitalization, and of course, the cultural tradition of the city. We have been recognized as one of the members of the Smart Destination Network in Spain, the same pillars. And focus on our vision and sustainability. We're really doing absolutely everything in the city based on this strategy. We are candidates to the World Expo 2027. I hope all your countries will vote for us in June, because our candidacy, our bid, is the only one that is going to deal and is going to face and is going to tackle the issue of sustainability in the future. We really want to create an expo to really track the sustainability and to really face the challenges of sustainability in the future. So everything related with sustainability, you can brief it in our city. If we can move forward, one more, please. The structure that we have in our expert committee is very clear, as you can see there. We are not independent tourism board. We belong to the, let's say, infrastructure structure of the city council. We are within the city council, the tourism area, but we are our twin colleagues that we are working in sustainability. We work very close with them. And for give you an example how close we work with them, now we are going to manage 5 million euros both together to try to handle different climate resources for climate emergencies in the city for population. We are going to adapt all the mountains paths for tourism and local people. We're going to adapt everything in terms of accessibility. We have one of the best quality waters in Spain as well because of the close-in areas of the mountains. So we work very close with the sustainability department, which is next to us. In our install, we're going to work with different another institutions of the university, which is the top #1 in Spain in tourism, has been declared, University of Málaga. And we come with technology. For giving you some idea on why are we so successful in technology, we are known as the Silicon Valley of Europe. We have a low profile. We never show up in media showcasing this, but we have the Silicon Valley of Europe with plus 650 companies: Google, IBM, Vodafone, Oracle, Accenture, EY, Jekra. We have up to 650 companies working in technology here in Malaga, and we get the most of them. That's why we move from digitalization to Web3 as well, and I explain later. In addition, we work with also twin colleagues within the structure of the City Council as the Office of Environment, which is another department. It's an observatory we create in the municipal level long time ago, OMAU. We have CEDES, which is a foundation that is overviewing how it's going to be the city in the future in terms of sustainability, and as mentioned, the university. So the good point of our institute is that, and the good point of the Malaga success is that all the different institutions in the city were fully aligned to get one objective, and it's the story of success of our city. Let's go for next, please. But of course, these challenges you see there, you guys are sharing the same challenges, whatever in your cities: accessibility, governance, local participation, sustainability, and satisfaction of locals and both visitors. In terms of accessibility, we have an accessibility tourism plan. It has been organized with the accessibility societies and disease accessible people of the city associations. We have doing with the National Blind Accessibility Disabled Association as well. And our plan of accessibility has been created. No matter, the city has another accessibility. This is for tourism itself. And the governance of this plan is going to be done through INSTO, through the observatory, to check how it's going to affect the different areas of our INSTO. Of course, the sustainability, as you mentioned, is very clear for us, and we have lots of climate action programs because we are facing Africa. Sometimes we receive some waves of heat. We don't have a very continental weather, so we have an average temperature of 22 degrees. I'm by the sea now, and I'm going to make you jealous, all of you. But just to mention this, we have to find in advance how to track this. Let's go for next one. Let's go for next one. And I want to talk with you about economic benefits. Here you can see some data about the city and what is our situation. We have a big economic impact in the city. We have a direct economic impact of plus 3,000 million euros. And the indirect is 1,500 million euros only in the city, with an overall impact of 4,700 million of economic direct and indirect economic impact. This is out-of-pocket expenses for day trippers. We have an observatory prior to INSTO. We were calculating that, and you can have there, you can see many of the data when I get into this. But the important thing is, we, through technology, we managed to work with finance institutions, and we are about to track very soon the different expenditure in the city with the credit cards and electronic payment details. This will help us to have a clear idea on the expenses of the tourism in the city. And we're going to be the first city in Spain that we have open PMS systems, that are the reservation systems of hotels, that will be open for us to track the expenditure in hotels and also in Airbnbs or tourism houses. So this will make us to have a much more accurate data on the economic impact. If this was not enough, let's go for next one, please. If this was not enough, I want to share with you as well which is the methodology we are using in here. As mentioned, it's only about pocket money, it's about transportation, it's about accommodation, but we do much more tracking and measuring. For example, what we're doing now is tracking the emotions of the travelers in the city. We have visual sensors around the city, around 300 sensors in the city that are helping us to track the emotions of the visitors of the city. You can say, why? What does it matter? It matters a lot because we can check if the people coming to different areas of the city is happy, is not happy, is sad, and what are the feeling they are having. And we link it and we match it with expenditures because we track the nationality through the IP of these people in the telephones. It's anonymous and we match the GDPR. So we have access to their nationality, their emotions, and we know why they spend. And we can directly analyze the economic impacts linked with the satisfaction of the tourists in the city. This is an absolutely amazing innovation that is happening here in the city of Málaga. So we are trying to make some additions on the way that we track the economic impact on the city. We have, as I mentioned, the sources of the transportation, the sources of the F&B outlets of the city, the sources of the pocket money of the travelers through our previous observatory, the sources of the accommodation, and the emotional tracking and the IP tracking that will link it with the areas where the expenditure is happening in the city. We go for next one, please, Pilar. Some indicators we just include here for you to have an idea that we get in Malaga, in addition of those that I mentioned. If we can go to detail, we can take in here, as for example, we measure the total tourism employment, the relation between employment and the total employment regarding tourism, the part-time, full-time tourism employment ratio, average tourism sector salary, value of tourism, average daily spend. So we have a lot of indicators that we sum up that help us to have this accurate data that I'm sharing with you. So for next one, please. And how do we use it? We collect this data, as I mentioned before, and we manage this knowledge through the strategic tourism plan. The strategic tourism plan of the city is 2021-2024, and we have been applying different pillars that was key to measure and size the economic impact of the city. With the help of the university, with the help of the big data system we have implemented in the city, with the help of different financial institutions, as mentioned, Visa, MasterCard, the local bank, Unicaja as well, is going to help us in these details. And through this measurement, it helps us to go to action for taking decisions in the future about how to improve, let's say, the experience of the city. The next one, please. As a conclusion, I want to share with you 3 insights. The first and most important to me that I would like to share with you is that we don't stop to use sources of data, because we cannot be, let's say, relaxed that, okay, we have the economic impact, we track some, let's say, data on the expenditure in the city, but we have to move forward as observatories to find out different sources that we never imagined that is going to be useful. For example, I'll give you 2 examples. Now, Easter holidays is coming, and Cinema Festival is here as well. We know all the 5,600 actors, actresses, directors, producers that are in the city right now from all over the world, and we know which are the hotels. We know their expenditure. We know where are they moving, because we have the official cars moving them around the city, and we can track the economic impact of this festival. Very accurate. If we do it for the events as this one, and we do it for the Easter holidays with the people coming from outside of the city, that we track it through beacons, through the telephone data, as I mentioned to you, we can do it annually to try to predict which part of the year we will have peaks that the expenditure will grow, or sharing and with another destinations to see if it's happening the same challenges, if they are facing the same issues, etc. So for us, the key of improvement has been just take the technology as an ally and finding out how our sources could be useful to enhance the statistics and the data. That's why make us so successful with the use of technology, that we are the only one city in the world that we can mix the economic impact with the feelings of the travelers in the city. So we are looking forward to share everything you want to know from us in detail, since we are very honored to be part of this network with my former colleagues, Cordula mentioned before. Thank you very much to all of you.
Yeah, Jonathan, on behalf of the Insto family and on behalf of all participants in this webinar, we wish to thank you sincerely for your insights. They are really highly appreciated. Listening to you, on one side, one wants to come to Malaga and to visit because I think it's a great city per se, beautifully located, as you mentioned. But also the work that you carry out is immense, is impressive. I think there is a lot where also other Insto observatories can learn from you. This is the beauty of being a member of Insto, namely to share the experiences. And we invite everybody who is a member or a friend of Insto, if these visits, study visits to each other are, I think, always very beneficial, and we encourage that Insto members are visiting each other. Jonathan, you also have mentioned in between somewhere how important it is to have the support of all the local stakeholders. I wish to recall, Jonathan, that one of the prerequisites of being a member of Insto is to have the full support of all the stakeholders at the local level, because without this, a destination cannot be as successful as Malaga is. And I know that you agree on this. Jonathan, with this, thank you so much for your insights. Without further delay, I wish to move from beautiful city of Malaga, from the Mediterranean Sea in Europe, over the Atlantic to a wonderful other country, namely Argentina. Argentina, to the capital of Argentina, namely to Buenos Aires.